Hi, it's Ramesha here with Vocal Bliss. Welcome. Today, I would like to talk about how do you know if you are straining your voice? You've heard me many times talk about relaxation and how important that is for singing. But very often, singers don't realize that they're being tense. I remember when I was studying with my teacher, she would often tell me to relax, and I thought I was as relaxed as one could possibly be, but she could tell from the sound that she heard from the tone of my voice that I wasn't completely relaxed. So it's not completely possible to tell unless someone can hear you and then they can offer feedback. But there are a few signs that are fairly common that if you show this kind of signs and symptoms, let's say, that is a good indication that you might be tightening your voice when you sing. So the first one, I want to touch on a few, but the first one is a very common one. So if you find yourself having a tight jaw and tilting your head back like this when you sing, you see that you see people do that. They sing, and especially as they go higher, they tilt their head back. So that's a good sign that you're straining your voice. Why? Because it means that when you go into the higher notes, your larynx is moving up too much and it's pressing against your chin and it makes your head tilt back. And so that's something that should be avoided because it means you are not using your upper range correctly. You are not using you're not accessing your head voice. And so that's something that has to be addressed and learned. I'm not going into detail about it here because there's not enough time, but you can find other videos that I posted about how to access your head voice. So the second symptom that I want to address, it's a very obvious one, but if you sing and then the next day your voice is hoarse, well, that's a good indication that you probably did something wrong. This is the kind of feeling you get, for example, when you go to a noisy party where there's a lot of music and you have to talk loud in order to be heard. And then the next day, the voice is a little so and so. So that's a symptom that your voice has been strained and has been pushed and is not very happy. So if you find yourself experiencing that after singing the day, especially the day after singing, that's a good indication that you strained your voice somehow. And then if you find number three, if you find yourself, if you have the feeling that in order to sing, you have to push your voice, like especially in the high notes, when you feel like the voice isn't coming out unless you push, that's also an indication that something is not right. Your vocal cords are not very happy and they might be just in need of rest because maybe you've sung too much or maybe you've sung not well, not correctly. And so your vocal cords are telling you something. So the answer is not to keep singing and keep pushing because in the long run, that's going to be detrimental to your vocal cords. When the vocal cords are inflamed from overuse, it takes a long time for them to heal. So you don't want to go there. You want to stop before you get to that point. And then this is another really important one. If you find that it's become almost impossible for you to sing soft, that's also a symptom that your voice is not working properly. The reason is that when the vocal cords are a little irritated or inflamed, they have a hard time closing together. This is why when you go to the doctor and they check your vocal cords, they say A, and they go down and look with that little instrument. Because if the vocal cords close well, they can tell they're healthy. But if they have a hard time closing, then that's an indication for them that the vocal cords aren't healthy in that moment. So if you find yourself not able to sing soft and the voice breaks when you sing soft, that's also an indication that it has been uh, treated badly. And so you should take that as an advice to stop. But it's also a symptom that tells you that you are probably doing something wrong when you sing. And so you might want to look into what you do. You might want to check with some voice teacher, voice coach, whatever, or somebody who knows more than you about singing, and have them check and see what you do and to help you correct it. So, if you find yourself having a hard time opening your mouth when you sing, this is an interesting one because very often when I ask my students to open their mouth more when they sing, they have a hard time doing that. There's like this tension here that they don't want to open the mouth, or they can't. It's not that they don't want to, but they can't. And the reason is that they're holding on to so much tension in the throat and in the jaw and all this area that opening the mouth becomes hard. And when they try to do it, the voice breaks. And that's an indication that the voice was functioning only because of tension being put on it. But in the long run, that is not a good way to sing because the voice then will get tired and fatigued, and it's just not sustainable for your vocal cords to be used that way. And then lastly, I would like to talk about um, that if you sing, this is a kind of a funny one, but it's true. If you sing and you see that all the veins in your neck pop out, like everything, you turn red or purple, and then you see all the veins popping out. Sometimes that happens even when you use your voice well, but when you see a lot of veins popping out, that is a very obvious indication that you are probably straining and doing something wrong. And so this was my last point, but um, I want to emphasize the fact that it might seem like, oh, but what's the big deal if I push my voice a little bit when I sing, if it helps? Well, it may help a little bit, apparently at least, when you are just singing a song here and there. But if you're really serious about singing and you want to sing more than one song at a time, maybe you want to sing for an hour, or for 2 hours, and then you want to sing for 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, or for the rest of your life, and you want your voice to last that long, you have to take some precautions now so that you can have your voice be long lasting and have a long life, and so that you're able to enjoy singing for the rest of your life and not be concerned about your voice getting tired and old and worn out, and then at some point you won't be able to sing anymore. So you have to just be aware of that. The voice is, it's a part of our body, and it ages just like the rest of the body. But there are things that you can do to keep it younger and to keep it flexible and healthy. And so when you find yourself, when you recognize yourself in any one of these symptoms that I described, it would be a good idea to pay attention and do something. So I want to say one last thing, that, if you want to start singing and you don't know where to start, so I could give you a little first help with your first step. And you can find a link in the description of this video where you can take your first voice lesson for free. And this is it's a video where I teach you the first couple of things about singing. There's a couple of exercises that we can do together. And this is just the beginning, though. This is just to let's say, help you start with the right foot. But then after that, this is not the end of it. You can't just rely on that. You need to do more than that, and to progress and ask for help from someone who is knowledgeable about singing and can tell you if you're doing things right or not. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.